The euro is in rally mode this week, but I'm going to show you in this video why this could be trapping buyers and the exact level I'm looking to short once we get there. And also gold is down big, but this could also be a trap down here at these levels for sellers, and I'll show you why in this video. So we're going to take a look at both markets, the euro and also gold, through the lens of SMC, smart money concepts, but we're also going to look at it from an auction theory lens. So time price opportunities, single prints, all of that good stuff in this video to get the best idea of where these markets are headed over the coming days. So this is a video that you're not going to want to miss because I do have a good idea of what's happening right now in the markets. So my name is Justin Bennett, full-time trader and founder of Daily Price Action. As always, all of this is my opinion only and not financial advice. So guys, let's get into it here with the EURUSD on the 4-hour time frame. So if you saw the weekend outlook video that I put out there, this was the area down here around 1.15 that I was looking for a bounce. Okay, so you can see back here, we've got these two lows, and I was looking for a sweep of this low down here into this imbalance, this little pocket down here. And what you'll notice is if we go to a 15-minute time frame, okay, what you'll notice is that back here, we got exactly that. So this is the 115 level, and you can see we tested it here. This was that big Friday drop that we saw. We tested it here, we swept this, and then from that point, it has been a relief rally so far this week, okay? Now, here's the key though, okay? You're gonna notice this little single print up here. We're gonna talk about this in detail. Now, what I mentioned to members in Discord on Monday, if we go in here to Discord, this is what I told members, and this was the short last Friday actually that I announced in real time up there around 115.90. That played out really well. I mean, within literally hours, an hour or two, the market had sold off. But then this here on Monday is what I told members. This was the Monday post that I put out, and I said to keep an eye on these two levels. So I was looking for a relief rally from 115 up here toward 115.68 and 116.05. And it's because of these things called single prints. Okay, so we're going to talk about that in this video. I'm going to explain exactly what this means for the euro. And if I turn on something called TPO, now this is an indicator in TradingView. If you have premium, it is available in there. There are other tools as well that are also TPO terms or TPO tools. And what this shows you, okay, this is not magic, but what it shows you is these little blocks over here. This is a 15-minute. We're going to go to a 30-minute time frame since this is the default for TPO. And what you're going to notice here is that this was the Friday move. Okay, this was the sell-off. Now, these blue lines across here, this is what I want to focus on. So what you'll notice here is that we have these blocks over here. Each block is one 30-minute block. So this is, like the name implies, time price opportunity. We're looking at time. Each block is a 30-minute moment in time. Okay, so what these blue lines show you is a single print. Notice how there was a single block over here. Okay, single block over here, single block over here. And because this was a sell-off, we're looking at the first single block within a series of single blocks, and that becomes your single print. Now, what you're going to notice here is that if we look at this, okay, every time during this relief rally, each time the market has come up here and tagged one of these areas, we've seen a pullback. Okay, so we saw it here and we saw it up here. Okay, so these areas do tend to be significant for a market in terms of a quote unquote magnet, right? That they're trying to move back to, because this move back here on Friday was inefficient, and it was an inefficient move. It was an inefficient auction. So when you think about auction theory, markets will try to move back toward inefficiencies to facilitate that efficient auction. And that's exactly what's occurring this week. That's why we're seeing this rally off of the lows and higher highs and higher lows. So we still have one up here in this area. So I draw these levels on my chart so I can get rid of this TPO indicator because I know it can be a little bit overwhelming. So if we take this off now, these are the single prints that we're looking at for the euro. Okay. So we currently have one up here around 115.82. We also have one around 116.06. Okay. So these are the two single prints from Friday's move that I'm watching. So basically this area up here is where I want to do business in terms of a short. Now, why am I looking for shorts? Okay. Why am I not bullish on this market? And it all has to do with the daily time frame. So we've talked about this many, many times. But the daily chart, this bearish change of character back here, this is the first one since 2024. So this changes the trend that we've seen since the start of 2025. All of these higher highs and higher lows back here, and all of this price action through here, these were all a series of higher highs and higher lows, okay, until this point right here. So once this happened, you can see where we started to form lower highs over the past few months. Okay, so this right here, this change of character is why I've said now for really months that I'm looking for shorts only, okay? Now, the key with shorts only though, is that you don't want to just short anywhere because you want to short high, right? That's the idea, short high, buy low. So right now with the euro, we have these single prints up here. We also have, guys, this ascending channel or bear flag pattern that broke down last week. Okay, so this was that Friday move. You can see the close below here, the retest up here. Okay, so I know I'm throwing a lot at you guys, but this is all going to come together. Just trust me. All right, so we have the single prints up here. We have the market bouncing from the support area. And what's interesting is that if you extend this over, okay, and we assume that we are going to get a revisit to this Friday sell-off, okay, where this started, you've got this single print up here. Of course, you have this one as well. And then you also have the bottom of this channel, okay? So we do have the potential for this market to just continue to turn higher, okay? The euro to continue to turn higher up here toward 115.82, potentially 116.06. Now, once we get up here, okay, what is going to be the signal that this trend is likely to continue? Okay, so for that, what I'm looking for, as always, is going to be a change of character. So notice how so far this week, we have had a series of higher highs and higher lows, okay? And we have not taken out any of these lows. We didn't take out this one down here. We didn't take out this one. We didn't take out this one. So right now we have the market giving us higher highs and higher lows. So once we get up here, what it's going to be a matter of is just waiting for the market to show you a change of character, okay? So if we map this out as a hypothetical, okay, so from here, if we come up here, take out this high back here, we pull back, right? We come up here like this, and then if we do this, right, that right there would be your change of character because you'd have a BOS here above the high, you'd have the change of character below the low. Now, from there, you're looking for any imbalances that form on this change of character. So in other words, you're not chasing this lower, okay, but you're waiting for this change of character to occur and then coming back up here and again, shorting high, okay? So this is just a hypothetical. I don't know what's going to happen here. I'm not trying to forecast this, but this is what I'm looking for. This is my ideal scenario to look for shorts on the euro. And again, the reason I'm looking for shorts all goes back to the daily chart, okay? We have this change of character that occurred back here. We came up here, we mitigated this imbalance, and so far we've had lower highs, okay? So I do think that we are likely to get a lower high from this 116 area. It's just a matter of A, getting up there, and then B, seeing that lower time frame change of character to confirm that the top is in. Okay, so let's talk about targets here with this market as well. And before we do that too, if you want to see exactly how I trade SMC full time, then check out the link right here on the screen. That's going to be a free SMC training that is going to show you my exact strategy of how I trade SMC full time. It is completely free. If you don't see it here, check out the link in the description below. And you're also going to see a link in the description too, just below that one, for my recommended broker. I've worked with those guys for over 8 years. It's an incredible group of people. You can even look at the reviews for Blueberry Markets online. You'll see that the reviews are off the charts as well. So looking at the euro here, like I said, I'm looking for lower highs and lower lows to continue, okay? The only thing, and just real quick, the only thing that would negate that is if we were to come up here and take out this high, okay? Now that we have this breakdown, the only thing that's going to negate that is if we come up here, take out this high, also close above the top of this channel. If we were to get that, then of course this down here would start to look like a low and a little bit more bullish for the euro, okay? But so far, in my opinion, there's no reason to be bullish here. I'm only looking for shorts on strength. Okay, so as far as targets go, if we do get the setup here from 116, that general area, then this down here would be my first target, second target down here around 111, possibly lower, okay? And it's really simple. I mean, you look at the lows down here, we've yet to test these. If this is going to continue, if this is around a top and we're looking at lower highs and lower lows, then this area down here around 114 would be next. And then most likely, buyers step in from that area. And then if that breaks, of course, then you're looking at areas like this down here, okay? These lows right down here from back here in 2025, okay? And this also lines up too, keep in mind too, that we've had some nice symmetry from the euro. From this high up here, you've got these lower highs and you've got these lows down here. Okay, so if this were to continue from 116 up here in this general area, then again, these lows down here around 114 would be my first target. And then possibly the bottom of this channel sometime later this year, because keep in mind, obviously a move like that could take several months to play out, okay? And the invalidation for this, again, is going to be this high right up here. Okay, so if we map this out from this high right here, you've got about 116.85. All right, that's going to be the level that has to really hold here for the euro to stay bearish. Okay, so let's move on to gold now, XAUUSD. So if you guys have seen the recent videos I've put out on this, looking at the 4-hour time frame, this area around 4160, this was my target just the other day. I put out a video talking about the potential for the move down here toward 4160. And the reason for this is if we go out to here to an hourly time frame, go all the way back to this low back here in March, what you'll notice is that this was about the 50% of this wick. Okay. And what you'll notice is that we came down here into this area, and even, I mean, this level even served as kind of a pivot here for gold over the past few hours. You can see we had support here, we dropped below it, and now we're back above. So with the US dollar pulling back this week, we do have the potential for gold to bounce off of these lows. Okay. Because again, this is a significant low here for gold. You can see the wick back here in March, and we are bouncing from this area. Now, here's what's key from a structure standpoint. Okay. You can see we have several BOSs along the way. Now, the key here though, and the point of confusion for a lot of traders is that they're going to see this right here, and they're going to think that this is the BOS. And look, you could put it there. Okay. However, when I just visually look at this on the 4-hour, in my opinion, from this high up here, down here to this low, this is really just one price leg. Okay. I'm not looking at this as this high up here and a BOS here. This is really just one big price leg. Okay. So that's important in terms of structure, because what it means is that if this is still our protected high, then in terms of premium discount and OTE, right, it looks like this. Now, what's interesting here is notice how this high lines up exactly with the 50%. Okay. So this is important too, because if we were to see gold rally with the dollar pulling back, okay, you've got this imbalance back here. Okay. So this was just from yesterday following that aggressive sell-off. So you've got this imbalance through here in this area. However, we can still take out this high, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you have a change of character in a bottom. It does not mean that, because here's the thing. If this is all one price leg, you could technically, okay, have the low here, come up here, mitigate this as well, and then mitigate this, and then have this as part of just, you know, the pullback into OTE, into premium, looking for shorts. Okay. So that's just one hypothetical. Again, I'm not forecasting, guys. I'm not saying this is a buy, certainly not, because of the downtrend that we've seen since April, right? Gold has been moving lower since April, and really all year, lower highs and lower lows. Okay. So I'm only looking for shorts here, but like the euro, I do want to see it move into premium and, you know, tag some of these inefficiencies that we've seen over the past few days. Okay. So in terms of the single prints here, let's just look at TPO here really quickly. So moving to a 30-minute time frame, you can see where this level up here, so right around 4,400, this is going to be that single print. Okay. So an inefficiency in the market, very thinly traded, and that does occur above these highs back here. So keep that in mind. So again, we could see a local bottom form down here and at least come up here toward about 4,300. Okay. So right in this region, we've got this inefficiency here from Tuesday. And then we've also got this one up here around 4,400. And that was from this move back here on Friday. Okay. So we've yet to see either of these mitigated. And look, if you're looking for shorts, you don't want to be shorting down here into those lows. Okay. That in my opinion is the wrong move. You want to try to short high. Now, like everything, what this is going to come down to, because you might be asking, well, okay, if we get up here, how do we know that this is going to be it and we're not going to see this? Okay. And first of all, there's no guarantee. However, what you can use here is very similar to what I talked about on the euro. What you would be looking for is, let's go to a 15-minute time frame. Okay. So as a hypothetical, if you were to see the market from current levels make higher highs and higher lows, put in a local bottom, okay, local bottom, not the bottom in my opinion, then this is what you'd be looking for. So you get the move back here toward this imbalance. If we were to then see it fail, okay, and form a change of character, so BOS above the high, change of character below the low, then that would be your indication that this could be a lower high, okay, and that we're not likely to see this up here. Now, on the other hand, if we were to see gold just continue, okay, so let's remove this and just continue higher with higher highs and higher lows, okay, maybe some consolidation around here, but never giving you that change of character, then you're looking for this, okay? So in the absence of a change of character through here, then we're looking at this region back here, okay? And that single print around 4,400. Now, again, if we were to get a change of character over here, then that's your indication that we are not likely to see 4,400 and that this could be the new lower high, okay? So again, I'm looking for shorts only right now, but the key for gold is that we haven't really seen much of a retrace this week, okay? And I certainly wasn't wrong in my last forecast, because what I said here when we were going sideways is that I was bearish toward this level. The only difference is we didn't get the move up here I was looking for to get short to target this level. Okay, so certainly not wrong. It was just a matter of we never really got the market moving up here into this imbalance from Friday to open up that short position. Okay, so let's quickly wrap up with the DXY here, the US dollar index, because this is going to matter obviously for both the euro and gold. And you can see a very similar situation. We have this bullish change of character that occurred. This is the daily time frame. And this is why overall, guys, I am still bullish on the US dollar. I still think that this is likely, okay, going to be a rounded bottom that has really been taking place now for the last year, okay? So that's still my stance on the US dollar. Now, as far as what we do, near term, you can see where we are pulling back off the highs. Now, like the euro too, this is essentially the inverse of the euro. You can see where in terms of TPO, and you can see how well this works too. Look at these single prints here, okay? You've got the single print here, you've got the low that forms, we bounced. You can see the single print here, we got the low, we bounced. And now you've got one down here around 99.47, okay? So with these lower highs and lower lows, I'm still kind of looking at this region down here, which is also obviously very close to these highs from back here, okay? So we had the DXY go sideways here, all right? So put in some highs in this area, and then we had this displacement out of this range. This was that Friday move. Ideally, the ideal scenario, in my opinion, is to get a move back here into this region, into these highs, and then from there looking for US dollar longs. Okay, so we still have a ways to go. Nothing says though, there's no guarantee, guys, that we get down here. I want to be clear on that. And the same thing with the euro too. Okay, there's no guarantee that when we look at this here, that we get up here toward this region. All right. And again, it comes back to the structure on the chart, because if the DXY, okay, were to come up here and start taking out highs like this here, because notice this high right here is the high that formed before this, okay? So if we just map this out, I'm gonna leave you with this. If we map this out from the low down here, okay, and call this a BOS on the pullback. So this level up here now is going to be the protected high. In other words, if we were to see the DXY come up here and take this out and close above this, then we have a bottom, in my opinion, okay? And it means that this down here is not likely to occur. So just keep that in mind, that there's no guarantee that we see the US dollar down here. Same thing with the euro. There's no guarantee that we see the market up here into 116. It could reverse from current levels, but what's going to be key is paying attention to the structure overall. Now, keep in mind too, okay, one last thing here. Keep in mind too, that if we were to, let's say, get the move above these highs up here, okay, to confirm that this is the low and we're not going to get this, then keep an eye on 100.5. All right, so first of all, you can see where we have the top of this ascending channel. Okay, so we have the lows down here. We've got this low, we've got this high. And furthermore, you can see where this level here, this horizontal level at 100.5 also aligns with these highs from back here in March. Okay, so in either case, whether we get the DXY here, the US dollar, confirming that this is the low right here, or we get the further pullback down here into 99.47, regardless of which one happens, the target here, the local target, in my opinion, is going to be 100.5, this area up here, because you've got those highs, that horizontal level through here. You've also got the top of this channel. So this is what I said over the weekend as well. It's just a matter, like I said, of whether this pullback continues down here toward this region. I would love for it to back here into these highs. I just don't know if we're going to get that, or if we're going to get this as a local bottom. As always, guys, the chart is going to tell us the answer to that. It all comes back to the structure that you're looking at any given time. So that's it for today's video. Keep it locked in here, subscribe to the channel, and check out the video right here that I just made yesterday, in fact, on liquidity. It is going to be an eye-opener for you, and it'll tell you how to identify liquidity on the chart and why it matters for you. So trade well out there, and I will talk to you again tomorrow.